Hey guys, welcome.
Welcome. This is, do we want to call it another episode of Flowers and Rosé, or do we want to call it a Flowers and Rosé side piece?
Okay, we'll take the side piece.
I feel like it's a side piece because this episode is not about flowers or rosé.
Not this time, guys.
Not about multiple pop culture references.
Nope, not this one.
This episode is strictly about and for
Grownish.
Yes.
Season 3 recap.
Yes, we're going to recap the whole season because we started our podcast right when the season was ending.
But we didn't know it.
We literally did not know when we watched the last episode that it was the last episode. And that we will blame on COVID. But when Grownish comes back in the summer, I think it'll just be a regular installment, a regular Flowers and Rosé side piece.
Absolutely.
To talk about Grownish. And that'll be a separate day.
We got some Rosebuds that were inquiring about us recapping on this. Some of our listeners out there do appreciate us speaking about Grownish.
For sure.
Recapping. So we appreciate that. We appreciate all of our listeners, obviously, but
this one's for the Grownish people.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So I guess let's start at the beginning of the season. Was it the very first episode of the season, Zoe's 21st birthday party?
Yes. The HBCU Beyonce feel.
I loved it.
I did too.
The outfits, so cute. I wish my friends and I had done like themed outfit parties and stuff.
That is cute.
And it was HBCU themed. I could not have had an HBCU themed party because the majority of my friends were white. But, I could have, oh my God, me and my friends. We definitely could have had a Beyonce themed party. Okay. That's for sure.
They're big fans.
Yes.
Isn't though?
Exactly. So, that definitely could have been a thing. But I thought the outfits were cute. The whole party was cute. They were doing like step-in and stuff.
Loved it.
Yes, I'm obsessed. So we loved the look of that more than anything. I didn't really necessarily care about, no offense, Zoe, I didn't really care about her 21st birthday.
No. We all get one.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it's not like she wasn't already like drinking and doing stuff before then.
Right. That's what T would be like, how old are they? They're sophomores in college and they can drink like this? It's college, T. That's what happens.
It's for sure. But I do remember when I first turned 21 and I was like, finally, I can go inside the liquor store. Because, they're government owned in North Carolina. So I wasn't allowed to even go into one before. So, like, my friends would go in and be like, what do you want? And I'm like, I don't know. I can't see anything. I don't even know what they have. And that's how I got into the habit of just being like, peach burnett's or mango burnett.
Just based off of what you told me last time, that's not a good look nowadays.
It's definitely not good. Like, I would not choose that now, but got the job done.
Quick and easy.
So, if I am remembering correctly, that was when Zoe and Luca and Aaron were in that, like, love triangle thing, because, like, Zoe had went on her trip or whatever for spring break. Was Zoe with Joey badass then?
Yeah.
When she went on that spring break trip? Yeah, because she was going to his plane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and remember, like, Aaron dropped her off and they had kissed, and Luca had also done his, like, grand gesture of, like, driving there.
Yes.
And, like, trying to, like, get her back.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Because, like, Luca isn't one for grand gestures. Like, he's very much just kind of go with the flow.
That's what I like about him.
Yeah, for sure. And the fact that he did that made me think that he was really in it. And that also explains a little bit why I don't know why at the end of this season, Zoe would think that she's going to confide in Luca about Aaron. Remember?
She's crazy and deranged. She's
true.
I mean,
she's very...
Look how she treated our boy Aaron throughout the season.
For sure.
Seasons.
Right. All the seasons
yes.
since season 1. But, because when she confided in Luca, he was kind of mad. And he was like, no, I'm over us. Like, I've been over us. But clearly he wasn't.
No, I don't think he was. They never are, though. They never are over us.
That's true. Or I think at the very least, like, do me the privilege of not having to hear about the next. You know what I mean?
Facts.
It hadn't been that long that they had broken up,
Yeah. Luca, he's an acquired taste, but I like him. He's so eclectic, and I think that's what I like about him.
That's a good word for him, for sure.
Yeah.
I do like that about him. He's just kind of off the beaten path, and you can always expect him to say something that you would never expect anybody to say.
Especially what he said about Nomi, like, we only need 2 parents, not 3 parents in this situation. Like, hold up.
He's honestly so funny. And it's just the fact that he said it so seriously that was what made it so funny. But
I like their friendship. I didn't realize how close they were until this season.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they were before, but I don't feel like it wasn't touched upon really until this season, how close they were. In TV shows, I feel like usually if there's a guy and a girl communicating, it's because there's something romantic going on with them.
Yeah.
So I appreciate the fact that TV shows can show people that like men and women can be friends without there being anything sexual going on.
TV. But reality?
You don't think so?
People, what? No. As soon as you said that's my friend, I'm like, what's going on? Like, y'all had a history. People don't want to, guys and girls don't want to believe that that's really real. Like, y'all had to have, or you're attracted to them in some sexual way, which is not always the case. Like, sometimes it's legit just my friend, but I don't know. It's a thin line that. So you say he's just a friend type shit.
It's tricky because I think on Bumble, I'm single, guys, if you didn't know. On Bumble, they have this thing now. Like, Bumble is the one where you swipe and then it's designed for the ladies to have to talk first. So if we match and I don't initiate a message to you, the boys cannot initiate a message until I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Now they have this thing, which I'm so thankful for, because how do I initiate conversation with someone I don't know besides just being like, hey, like, I don't know you, unless you have something, if you have something interesting on your profile, then I can like comment on that. But otherwise I never know what to say. So now they have like a question generator, and you can search through and see the questions, and it'll send the question to you and the question to them, and you can't see each other's answers until both of you have answered the question.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, so I think that's cool. And one of the questions was like, oh, well, like, can you be friends with someone whose best friend is the opposite sex or something like that? And I chose that question with a guy by accident. So I was like, that's a very serious question for your first question.
It is.
So my thing was like, I never want to tell someone who they can't be friends with, especially if it's someone you were already friends with before you met me.
Right.
But also, I think it just depends on how respectful that friendship is.
Yeah. I mean, put it out there in the open so there is no confusion. So that makes sense.
Yeah. Like, I don't want it to be like, oh, this is my girl best friend and she always sits on my lap and she always like kisses me on the lips. Like, okay, well, no.
No, exactly.
Set some boundaries.
Not having it here.
Exactly. So that's my thing. It depends on what kind of friends you are. Like, I feel like I'm fine with a guy having friends that are girls as long as there's some kind of line that you're not crossing. And a guy, I'm sure, would feel the same way, if not more so, about like if I was friends with a guy, they wouldn't want me doing those things.
Facts. I know I wouldn't. Like,
yeah.
That's a very thin line. Like, if you have a female friend that is your best friend or a good friend of yours that you grew up with, her mom and your mom was in each other's weddings and whatever the hell, then we all friends. It just can't be the two of you hanging out with each other and y'all not involving me, your significant other. Like, that's a problem. We are all friends.
Yeah, I can see how that could get a little bit weird. I'm thinking now maybe after we just had that whole conversation about it, I'm thinking now maybe the question was, could you date someone who's friends with an ex? Does your answer change?
Okay. Are there children involved?
No.
Okay.
Not in my case anyway.
Then no. No.
Hold on. Oh, so if there's not children involved, then they should not have any kind of relationship with their
Correct.
ex. I see. I'm pretty sure I gave the same answer. Like, it's complicated. It depends on what kind of friends you are. Also, to me, it kind of depends on, are you the kind of exes that are on again, off again? Because if that's the case, then that will make me uncomfortable knowing that that's someone that you're constantly saying, oh, we're friends. Oh, we're not. Oh, we're friends. Oh, we're not. Because then it's like, okay, are you going to not be friends during my time? You know what I mean? Like, I don't want it to be like something where the door is always open and then I'm looking stupid.
Right. Because then obviously something else is going on.
Yeah, for sure. I get that for sure. And I agree. Like, my answer changes a little bit, but not too much, I don't think. Yeah, I can see why Luca felt some type of way. And I don't necessarily think that means he still has feelings for Zoe. That's just awkward. Like, I don't want to talk to you about that, especially when it's a situation like the three of them, where he had been kind of accusing her of having feelings for him the entire time.
Yep.
And she's like, no. And then
lies.
Exactly. Like, that would make me uncomfortable. Like, okay, you're a fucking liar because clearly you did have feelings for him then. Yeah. Well, I guess, is that clearly?
Yeah, it was clearly. I mean, you could tell.
I mean, we knew, but was that clearly to him? Or is that always the case? Like, this has never been the case for me, but can you be friends with someone for like a really long time and then develop feelings later? I kind of feel like
Yes.
the attraction has to initially be there, but attraction doesn't always mean feeling.
True. I mean, let's just say one person was wearing their hair one way. You're like, ugh, if he just cut his hair, he would look so nice. You know what I mean? Like, and then he does that.
That's attraction. What about feelings?
I don't know.
That's hard.
Yeah, right?
All right. So anyway, then we can move past this love triangle because Zoe and Luca are no more. Yeah. Luca gets a new boo.
You like this girl being on the show? What is her name? I can't remember her damn name.
Luca's boo.
Okay, we'll go with that.
I really honestly do not remember. I don't feel like I felt any kind of way about her, honestly. I mean, I felt it was a little awkward at first when like she and Zoe became friends and then found out that she was sleeping with Luca.
Right.
Like, that was awkward.
Very much so.
But just for a second, you know, like once you know and she knows that you guys have a history, that's over for me anyway. So I didn't feel any type of way about that. And she and Luca as a couple were fine. I feel like they weren't really, I mean, I know it's an ensemble cast, but they weren't really like the main storyline for this season. Yeah. So I didn't care about them one way or the other.
Yeah, it was like all of a sudden, it was like, where did she come from? All of a sudden, she's just appeared in the new season.
She was the one who transferred from Spelman. Did you?
Is that what? Yeah, you're right. Yep.
Yeah. So just for the semester. So now she's gone. I felt happy about seeing Luca move on from Zoe because you know how messy I think Zoe is.
Yeah.
And I like those boys. I don't like her for either of them, if I'm being honest.
Did you like Cash for her?
I just like Cash.
I
don't know if I liked him for her.
Okay.
They were cute together.
They were. So just remind me, whatever happened to Cash?
If I remember correctly, Zoe actually like went with him to like that ESPN interview or something. Like he was going to the NBA. And he like asked her, all cute and romantic, even though stupid because they're children. He asked her to like go with him. And she was going to just be a basketball girlfriend because she wasn't about to be no basketball wife. That's for sure.
That's later down the line.
Yeah. And then Bo came and talked to her and then that
rightfully so though.
Yeah. I mean, mom's got to step in at some point. I actually, now that I'm thinking about it, was a little surprised that they didn't have one of the parents or both of them come when she decided to drop out of school and follow Joey.
If this was a different world,
Cliff would have been there.
What? Him, Claire, the grandparents on both sides.
That's so true.
Theo, like, Denise, you're going to ruin this for me. Like, what the hell?
But in a different world, Denise also dropped out, right? And went to Africa.
She damn sure did.
Did she go to Africa? Or was that the older sister?
No, she did. Cassandra was married, or like Elvin, and they were doctors and lawyers and all that. Yeah, they were following after Heathcliff and Claire. Right. But yeah, you're right. She came back with dreads and a man, a husband, and a kid.
Yeah, so I was surprised. I felt like because Bo had come and like handled that situation, and
why she ain't show up for the next one?
Yeah, because they're equally as big. They're the same thing. She was gonna drop out of school,
right?
But they didn't say anything. But I guess also at that point, Junior had just dropped out of school. They're probably like, you know what?
Damn,
fuck these kids.
They sure did. Their focus was on the baby.
Exactly. Let's just focus on Devontae.
Right, Devontae Johnson.
They did give him an extra black name. How you gonna have Zoe? Well, Andre, because technically Junior is Andre. Yeah, that's black. Yeah. Jack, Diane, and then Devontae.
Yeah, Jack and Diane. You're like, like a side street that they went down on that one. At least give him a black nickname like Dee or
call him JJ.
Yeah, something. Nah.
That is hilarious. Yeah, so I was surprised about that. I feel like for continuity's sake, I don't know no black parent that's paying for college and then not getting mad when you decide to drop out.
Out of all the ish, blackish.
Out of all the ish, out of all the issues.
all the issues. Blackish and grownish and mixed ish. Blackish and grownish are my favorites. I tried mixed ish and I cannot get into it, but yeah.
I've never tried it.
Well, so funny you say that because you would, when it was coming out, you were like, you gotta give it a try, you gotta see how it is, and here you like, womp womp. Yeah. It's all good though. I tried.
Yeah, not for I don't me. Know. It's not necessarily that I don't think I would like it. It's just I got enough shows, girl.
So true.
But I do love Tracy Ellis Ross. I may give it a try. Like if I ever have a day off or even a week off. Right? You know, like usually when I'm like starting a new show, I do like to have a lot of episodes to watch. And if I have like a couple of days off, then I would just like sit and watch all of it and decide. But I'm not really interested.
Right. Thanks, COVID, again.
Exactly. Always ruining stuff. So anyway, let's get back to the actual episodes. Yeah, Zoe had her 21st birthday, and she was kind of struggling, I guess, between like school and working for Joey and trying to decide what she was going to do, which obviously we all know her decision.
Yeah.
Which was to drop out, which is not great. Zoe.
Womp womp. Womp womp.
For sure. So we don't like that decision. But that's basically where we were at the beginning of the season. Then what did we find out? Nomi's pregnant.
Which was very surprised because as the way they left it, she was gay. She had an experience with her
teacher,
her professor.
But she's always like identified as bi from the very first episode.
So true. You're right. But I did not expect her to come back pregnant though. Well,
I feel like that's not the way I saw the show going for anybody, if I'm being honest. And I was wondering,
as far as like someone getting pregnant?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I wondered if like maybe that actress was pregnant in real life and they kind of had to do that.
Write that in.
Which I don't know. Like I don't follow her on any socials or anything, so I don't know if she.
But I also feel like that is one of the subjects that when your friends are in college, someone always ends up pregnant.
So what do you think about the idea of like Nomi and her baby living in the house with everybody?
Yeah, I don't like that idea.
I mean, it's happening already.
I mean, yeah, but who's watching this baby? Like when you guys, one, we haven't even seen the baby, like briefly, right?
I remember Junior, like they had like a baby crying and Junior was like, I'll go. And that's the last thing I remember about the baby. Oh, and that he did. No, when he went to go fight for Sky.
Yes.
He had the baby
in the backpack. Yes. Or the baby carrier, the Bajorn or whatever it's called.
Right. Because he's used to it because Devontae.
Yeah. Like, so I want to talk about my boy Vivek.
Okay.
I love him.
I do love Vivek. He's very funny.
Yeah, he's out of everyone on the show, he probably is my favorite.
Out of everyone.
Yeah, because he cracks me up.
He's very funny. Let me think who my favorite. But you know who else is hilarious?
Who?
Sky.
Oh yeah, facts. She has no cut cards.
No, I love her. She's so bitchy.
0 fucks. She gives 0.
Yes, but I do love Vivek. And in the opposite way of Sky, Vivek is like so caring.
Yeah.
And like kind of, I mean, he's not that innocent. He's a drug dealer, but you know, he gives off this like innocent demeanor. Like,
well, let's talk about that episode.
What episode?
That episode with Vivek having a little moment with a female and a male, and Aaron and Doug were like, whoa, cuz, whoa.
I thought,
we don't sip out of straws.
We don't eat bananas unless we break it up. I thought that it was a really, really good episode.
It was fat. It was real.
Yeah. And I was like laughing a lot, but also like, this is actually what a lot of guys think. Mm-hmm. Like it was, to me, kind of about like toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
It was kind of about homophobia.
Yes.
It was kind of about those things in relation to Black men specifically.
Right. The stigma with all of that. Yeah.
Kind of about like it, even because they had the conversation as a full group, it touched upon like what ladies think about it.
Sure. Yeah.
It touched upon how awkward those types of things are for Nomi because she's bi. Like it went into so many different things, and I really, really appreciated that episode as a whole.
It was a learning episode, honestly. I caught it as that way for me.
Yeah. I thought that it was well done. And from the very beginning, I agreed with Vivek that like, he was like, I didn't know if I would like that or not. So I tried it and I didn't like it. And to me, it was so innocent because he barely tried anything. Like he kissed the guy, was like, I don't like kissing guys, and moved on.
Right.
He kissed his girlfriend, and
but the way it all happened, it was like the camera, like, that's really about to go down.
I knew. I was like, I'm ready for this. I was ready. Initially, I liked how comfortable Vivek felt with the whole situation. That he was just like, oh yeah, and I kissed this guy, and it was so comfortable. And I feel like that's the direction that the world is heading in. And I was like so glad to see that I was like, oh man, he's gonna have this conversation with them and it's just gonna be normal. I should have known better, because niggas.
Exactly.
They were like, whoa. So yeah, I think that it is good to remember, like, just because someone is our friend and we can, you know, be honest and say things to them.
Yeah.
Like, don't be rude.
Right.
You know?
Take in consideration their feelings. Yeah.
Yeah. So I understand completely why he was upset when they were talking shit, especially because it's like, no, if you're worried or wondering about anyone's sexuality, you just need to take them at their word.
Facts.
I'm telling you, I'm not X, and so I'm not X. Like, you can't assume because of anything. So, and I feel like that stigma, it's not the same for girls as it is for guys. You know, like, it's so sexy when girls like other girls.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I really did appreciate that episode, and I appreciated the conversation that they all had about sexuality and how we got like all the different perspectives. And I hope that guys are watching it and girls are watching it and everyone's getting something out of it.
I sure hope so, because it's a really good show, and they, like you said, it is very well done.
Yeah.
Nice.
But we're worried about Vivek.
Yeah, it always happens that way, right? Like when you say you're going to get out the game and then some shit pulls you back in and he gets pulled over.
He looked... Jordan Buhat, I think that's how you say his last name. Jordan Buhat is who plays Vivek. I felt like this whole season, they've really given Vivek a lot more.
Yeah, you see him a lot.
Yes, and right. I feel like his acting was very good. But in that last scene, and he knew he was fucked, I was like, oh my God, Vivek is fucked. I might have cried.
The whole time you would see them in the car and you see headlights and you're like, what?
And he looked so scared.
Petrified.
But yeah, I just also feel like for the girlfriend whose name escapes me, I don't know, girl, I would be pissed. Like, I don't know how, I don't think their relationship's coming back from this. Mine would not be able to. Like, you're not going to not tell me that you're a drug dealer and then have me get pulled over and most likely arrested for having a bag full of drugs in the car.
In her hand.
Over.
Literally in her hand.
Right, exactly. Relationship over.
DNA is all over this plastic bag, girl.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's shitty. For sure. Like, you're not going to lie to me like that. That's a big lie. Like, you know.
And this is new, so there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to talk to me and tell me all these things. Like,
that's my thing. It's like, if you have something to tell a significant other that's hard, doesn't it just make sense to tell them in the beginning before you get so invested? So that if they want to dip, they can dip. Like, why do you want to trick somebody into being
make it harder to exit? Yes, I agree.
Like, just be honest up front. And if they don't like you for who you are at that moment, then that's not the person for you at that moment.
Fuck them, girl.
Right.
Fuck them.
So that's really annoying.
Hey guys, it's Reese from the Flowers and Rosé podcast, and I just want to share a few things with you about Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me tell you, it's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone and or computer, which is awesome. And it's me, Ash. Anchor will distribute your podcast so that you can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast without any minimum listenership. And it's easy. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. That's anchor.fm whenever you're ready to make your podcast.
So we haven't talked about Jazz and Doug.
Okay, let's get into Jazz and Doug.
I think...
She was wrong.
Oh, shit. I was going to rewind back to the beginning of the season.
Okay.
Where they couldn't get enough of each other.
So true.
And then they went on that break so that Jazz could focus on the Olympics or the pre-Olympics or whatever that shit's called.
Yeah. But Jazz and Doug.
Yeah. So they took their little break.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here's my thing. This is like a friend thing where Ross is always like, we were on a break. When you're on a break, are you still exclusive? Like, can you not hook up with someone on a break?
But that's what Doug wanted. Doug wanted to.
That's true. They defined the rules of their exclusivity when they took their break. And it was Doug who was really just fronting. We all know he was just fronting. Like, well, can I hook up with other girls? Like, trying to be funny.
Uh-huh.
But she said yes, right?
Don't recall, but he did not, and she did. I don't believe it because she wouldn't have been so upset at the fact that he got drunk and brought up the incident that happened with her. No?
I think that's a separate issue from the exclusivity.
Mm-hmm.
Because like he said, okay, well, can we hook up with other people? I thought that she was like, if that's what you want to do, that's what you can do, but I'm not going to, or maybe something like that.
Mm.
And then he didn't, and she did. But I think that the reason that she was so upset and the reason that she broke it off is because he's not over that. Like, you don't want to be with someone who can't get over something you did in the past.
Agreed.
How can you move forward?
I mean, this nigga's on the same campus as them, so he's got to see this guy around them all the time. I mean, that when I saw that, and I'm like, who the hell is this guy walking up next to Doug? And then when I pieced the two together, I'm like, oh shit, she didn't sleep with a guy from a different university. They on the same damn track team. Come on now.
It's too close to home.
That's too messy. That's sloppy. Come on, girl.
But yeah, so I mean, they were on a break. They had decided that they were not exclusive on the break, and so I don't necessarily think that she did anything wrong. But I understand, like, it's the same where like someone's like, "Oh, you cheated, but I'm over it," but they're not really over it. Okay, if they're not gonna get over it and you guys can't move forward, then you gotta break up.
Yeah. All right. I know I could not.
Well,
personally, I could not. Like you, I would not. Like Doug, I would like. I could see the image of the two of you kissing, even though I never seen the two of you kiss, but it's in my head.
So talking to the ladies, the Frontiers.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was like a Reddit story that someone was reading or something like that. But we were talking about whether or not you can get over someone cheating. And the consensus was, not with me, with the rest of them. The consensus was that they could get over a one night stand, but that they could not get over an emotional affair. Because an emotional affair is something that you went into day after day after day and you built with someone. Yeah. But a one night stand could be, it's not always, something that just happened. My thing is, nothing just happened.
Exactly. I'm with you. If it happens, it's because you wanted it to.
You met this person.
Exactly.
You kissed this person.
You wanted it.
Went somewhere private. You took all your clothes off. You took all their clothes off. You had sex. That's not something that just happens. Those are many, many, many things.
Right.
And that's not something like, oops, like I just woke up and it happened.
Right.
Like, no.
I tripped and the dick slid in. No, it don't work that way. Yeah. No.
That was your choice. And so I don't feel the same way. I mean, do I feel like maybe an emotional affair would hurt me more?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because here's my thing about a physical affair is who knows what you're bringing back to me. That hurts my feelings a lot, that you would take the risk of maybe giving me herpes, giving me HIV. You know, there's so many things that you could be giving to someone that could be permanent.
Yep.
And the fact that you didn't consider my health enough to not do that hurts my feelings. Maybe not just as much, but in my head, just as much as an emotional affair.
Just as much, yeah.
So I can understand Doug being upset, and I do even understand Jazz wanting to break it off with him, because I kind of feel like Jazz was really honest, like, hey, you know, I can't be with you if I can't tell you this thing that happened. And I feel like maybe Doug needed to be like, I need some time. Like, I don't feel like he took enough time to truly move. Like, he took 0 seconds to quote unquote get over that. And I feel like if he had given himself more time to move on, then maybe that wouldn't have happened. You know, they could get together at a later date. Now I don't really see them getting back together. I don't see how it could happen.
So, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but thinking about season 4 when they come back, do you think they're just going to be friends? Do you think they're going to try to like reconnect because they have the history?
I think that they'll flirt with the idea of it because TV.
Right.
But I think that I would love to see Jazz like dating. We've never really gotten to see her date. I feel like she's been with Doug the whole time, basically.
Yeah, you're right.
We got to see Sky with Rodney, as she calls him, but just Rodney.
Yeah, I don't like the way she says that name, but okay.
He's trying to make him extra black.
Yes, she is.
But yeah,
wait. Remember this episode where Junior came to visit?
He's so cute.
And Rodney was like, I thought I was the first white boy you dated.
And he was like, what?
Junior was like, meet me in the lot, nigga. I'll show you how black I am.
I was like, okay, Junior.
Yes, I was here for it.
Yes. And then I don't know how I felt at the end of that episode when Sky like hugged him and she was like, I like that you fought for me. Like, slide in my DM sometimes. What?
Mm-hmm.
She's a troublemaker, that one.
It's Sky.
She's keeping doors open.
Yeah, she is.
She knows Junior's obsessed. But I feel like I asked you this when that episode came out. Did Junior break up with his girlfriend on Blackish? Because I feel like he did not.
Girl, yeah, I don't think he did either.
The like therapist one? Or the wannabe therapist one?
Yeah, no, I don't think he did either. The black girl.
Yeah, and
I don't think
he's coming to fight for Sky. I know they're on different networks and stuff, but they have to know that the fan base leaks over.
Exactly.
So these little inconsistencies, like I don't know a single black parent that's paying for college and then not coming to be like, what? You dropping out of who?
Right.
And is still paying for her to live at the house that they all rent together?
Yeah.
Black parents don't do that.
Nope.
Do they not have black writers? I know they do.
Well, yeah, because Kenya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kenya, what are you doing? I don't know. I mean, I get it's different networks and it's probably expensive to have like Dre or Bo. You know, it'd be funny if Ruby came and like yelled at her.
Wait,
the
grandma?
Yeah.
Yes. Dre's mom?
Yeah.
I love Ruby.
I would love that if she came and set Zoe straight because somebody needs to set her straight.
That's what really needs to happen.
Or Pops.
I haven't seen Pops
in a minute.
Yeah.
Well, either one of them, right?
For real.
Because they like got married.
See, I haven't seen
and then they
that
fucking or something.
Or that season where they got married.
Are you behind on Blackish?
I'm not up to date. Well, that's another
podcast.
Yes.
That's another side piece.
Yes.
Damn. Yeah, I just caught up yesterday on Blackish. But spoiler alert, I have not seen them either.
Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah.
So okay, we talked about Sky, Vivek, Jazz and Doug. Oh, you didn't tell me, do you think they're gonna get back together next season?
No, I don't see this happening at all.
Yeah, me either. At least not this season. Like, I think they need time apart to grow. We're talking about Jazz and Doug, by the way.
Yes. We
need time for them to grow without each other and see if they even want to get back together. Maybe they won't.
Yeah. But I like how they because I felt like between Jazz and Sky, like Jazz is always in the forefront of everything, and now with this episode, Jazz is in the back and Sky is in the front with her winning the track
preliminary round or something.
I mean, going off to the Olympics. Right.
But I feel like that now means for us that Hallie Bailey is just no longer going to be in any episodes. Like, I feel like that was their way of like writing her off to go do her Disney stuff.
Right. Yeah. I think that's exactly what's going to happen.
So she's in the forefront for 1 second and now she's gone. So, I mean, we'll definitely miss how funny Sky is. That's for sure.
Yeah. That bitch is hilarious. I do like her antics on the show. So let's get right into your girl and your boy, Aaron and Zoe. I know you're not a fan of how she treats him.
I'm not.
Right.
That is a fact.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, recapping on from the beginning to where we are now, like, yeah, she really did him dirty. I think I was arguing with, arguing with you, but I was kind of going back and forth like, did she, does she?
You had forgot.
Right. But watching all that, I totally forgot about how she stood up or how she flaked on him at the Stevens and Lido's when he was trying to get that job at her dad's.
That's when he was freaking out about how much student loan debt he was about to have. And he really needed a job.
Right.
And Zoe fucked that shit up.
She did.
Not maliciously. Like, she wasn't trying to hurt him, but that doesn't change the fact that she's always forgetting him or acting like his stuff is less important.
Right.
And I don't like that. I don't like that when you're saying the opposite of what you're doing. Aaron, we're friends. You know, I'm here for you. I'm supporting you. No, you're not.
I'm sorry. I really am.
Yeah. So we had her flaking on him there. But, okay, so first we had the kiss at the airport.
Yes.
That was first, right? I think. Because that was the end of season 2.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Then she flaked on him at Stevens and Lido.
Yep.
And she was always gone with Joey. So, you know, they didn't really have much going on all this time. Aaron got a girlfriend.
Yes.
And
that's when you want a nigga. And when you see that he's happy with somebody else and he's not with you, that's the only time you truly want somebody. Not truly, but that's when you're like, damn, I fucked up.
Was I missing out?
Yeah.
Is he actually a good one? So I
wonder what it was for her. Was it the rat tail?
Ew.
Was it the earrings? What did it for Zoe for her to be like, you know what? I'm in love with that nigga.
Does he wear hoops?
No, he wears cross.
Oh, yeah.
He wears a cross.
You know, you just don't get it. Kids these days have
and it dangles. It's not like it's attached to his lobe. It has hang time, Ash.
Okay.
Hang time.
Okay. But kids these days have very interesting tastes. We just can't understand that. Because that's a no-go for me. Like, even if he was cute, if I saw that earring, I'd be like, he's clearly not for me. Because that is not my style.
And even when he played Superfly.
What?
Aaron? What is his name in real life?
Oh, Trevor Jackson.
Yeah. So he played Superfly, the movie.
I've never seen that.
Well, okay. You'll peep that. but he had his hair relaxed. It was bone straight, and it was like, oh man. So he went from that to the rat tail.
But those are both. Those are both for characters. It's not like that's his
get it, but
choice.
it is not a good look, cuz it's not a good look. Snip it, trip it, like do something with that rat tail. Like season 4, he cannot have that rat tail, yo.
How is he? Do you think he'll get a job with that rat tail?
That's probably why he didn't get the job at Steven Alito's.
No.
It wasn't even had Zoe ain't had shit to do with that. It was that damn rat tail.
Maybe. I don't know. For real. Because they be kind of tripping at Steven Alito. But if they hire Charlie, they can hire anybody. For real.
It seems like everybody hires Charlie.
That's true. Because he be having hella prestigious jobs, even though this nigga is crazy. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, he get a job. Idiot everywhere.
You're talking about living in his car and living off Cheeto dust, and yet he still got like a nice job.
And his son. We ain't never seen his son before.
Yeah.
Right?
He was in maybe he was in one episode of Blackish. I feel like I remember.
Is this the one where he forgot to pick him up?
So every episode.
Okay.
But so Zoe does Aaron dirty constantly. Mm-hmm. But here's a good thinker for you. When Aaron's girlfriend was like, I need you to step back.
Ah, yeah.
What do you think about that? In general, not about specifically Zoe, Aaron, and this girl.
I mean, I would agree because I felt like she saw their interaction and their chemistry with each other.
It ties back into that same question that we were talking about earlier. Can a guy be friends with his ex? And there weren't necessarily exes, but they did have history.
Right.
That it seemed at least that she knew about. So because she didn't ask any of the other girls to step back. Even Anna, who he had an extensive sex life with.
We never even talked about that.
Mm-mm.
So,
but that was last season, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. I did not like Aaron and Anna at all.
Didn't really see how it happened because they're both so strong in their political ideals, and I just feel like when you kind of let your political ideals take over your identity as a person, it seems hard to me that you could then be with someone who's the opposite.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Only because some people political ideas like, oh yeah, well that's what I believe for politics every 4 years when I go and vote. But for some people like Aaron and Anna, it's more than that. So it's crazy to me that they could have gotten together at any point.
But here's the thing: you, as my friend, cannot hook up with a guy that you know that I like or have taken liking to. That is against the cardinal rules. You cannot date someone that I like. You can't date someone that I've dated. That is wrong. And don't fuck with anybody that I've been with.
I agree. There's no world in which anyone that's actually my friend is out here fucking with anybody that I've previously fucked with. Period.
Right. I would never.
Or that that I've had feelings for, even if we've never gotten to that point.
I lost a lot of respect for her.
Anna?
For Anna when she crossed that line.
Yeah. I forgot how mad I was at her about that.
Well, you forgot about it, honestly. Yeah.
Because she was hiding it even. Mm-hmm.
And she knew she was wrong because she was hiding it.
Exactly. Yeah, it was dirty. Mm-hmm. But I'm glad that's over.
Yeah, now she's celibate or not.
She's celibate?
Like she had sex and now they're not having sex?
Yeah. Does that mean you're I don't know.
Are you born again?
Well, that's different. Just being born. I think. I don't know. But they're abstaining from sex. They're not having sex. Anna and Javi.
Yeah, that sucks.
I like them together though. They're cute. And she is kind of getting back to her roots of being super, super Christian. Mm-hmm. Which I don't think is bad for her, especially if it's something that she really believes in. So it's good to have someone who believes the same thing as strongly as you do.
Sure.
Helps you keep your faith.
Absolutely.
In that thing. So I don't dislike that for her. I think that it seems to me that it would be a little bit difficult for a 20-something college student who has previously had sex to be like, oh, I'm going to abstain from sex now. Even though I have a boyfriend.
I have the urge.
Right. But I understand how that can be empowering. If yes, I can abstain from this for my religion. I can see how that could be empowering. Yeah. But no thanks.
Yeah, right. Anna.
So, yeah, I can't remember what episode this was, but it was recent where they were talking about dating people of the opposite, or not opposite, but of different races. Because remember someone had said to Aaron, okay, well, you were hooking up with Anna and she is not black. He was talking about how he exclusively dates black women. Mm-hmm. Oh, this was an episode with Vivek when they were saying, okay, well, you bank your identity on only dating black queens, and yet you were with Anna for a while. And he was like, well, that's different.
What made it different?
Exactly. Because they were saying, okay, so you say you exclusively date black girls, but you had this thing with a Hispanic girl, and now you're still saying that you exclusively date black girls because you tried it and you didn't like it, and now you're back to dating exclusively black girls. And so Vivek was saying the same thing for me. I say I'm straight. I tried it with a guy. I was not interested, and I still say I'm straight.
I love that. I love Vivek, man.
Me too. He really is the best, and I like that he put them in their place.
He damn sure did.
And he was yelling, and Vivek don't yell. When they got him that cake that was like, sorry that you're gay or something. I was like, what is wrong with them? All right, so let's wrap this up by just giving our predictions on what we think is going to happen next season. Did you see the trailer?
Yeah, but I don't remember. But I know that
it was a very quick trailer.
Yeah, it was like 3 seconds long. But
I mean, no one spoke in it except Aaron and Zoe.
Right.
Well, we know that it's going to be summer vacation, that they're spending the summer, or at least part of the summer, all together, seemingly.
And I also feel like they're going on a trip.
Seemed like it.
Yeah.
But also they live in California. Everywhere looks like it could be
Malibu.
Right. Exactly. Right. So that looks cute. And Zoe's like saying, oh, it's summer vacation. I'm with my friends and I'm in love again. And I was again. She's in love again. I know that I'm like not team Zarin, but I'm actually really excited to see where their relationship goes.
Team Zarin.
Yeah. Maybe they can like grow up a little bit together, or maybe Zoe can grow up a little bit with Aaron.
Hopefully she does.
Yeah, hopefully. I feel like they can be good together though. Like Aaron's very pro-black
and headstrong,
and Zoe is cute
and not headstrong.
She can be led astray, but she knows what she wants.
Right,
I mean, we ended the season with her re-enrolling at Cal U, so that's a good thing. Getting back to basics, so that's good. I am wondering though, what is Aaron going to be doing that he's right there at Cal U? Is he going to still be on campus, or is he going to have because he's graduated now? Like,
true.
What's he going to be doing? I say maybe he's going to be. I don't think that there's any place for him to work on campus because he basically threatened the entire school to stop funding whatever police something. So, or police, prison. Yeah. So I don't think he can work on campus, but that doesn't mean he can't live close by or something like that.
Curious to know how the writers play this out for next season, but
for sure,
I look forward to it.
For sure. It's just weird that they get together at the same moment that he graduates.
Yeah. But this has to continue on, right? I mean, because Grownish, I just feel like we're going to do 4 years of college, and then what? The show can't end like that. Like
I don't want it to end like that.
No, I don't. It better not. I will write Kenya a motherfucking letter.
Is this going to be their senior year? Everyone else's senior year?
Yes.
Oh man, yeah. I don't want it to end after the season for sure.
Right. So I'm curious to know how this is going to pan out after they graduate. After Zoe, Jazz, Sky, Doug, Vivek, Nomi.
Okay, we know all the characters.
And Anna.
Yeah, I definitely don't want it to end like that. But I think this season we're going to see lots of ups and downs in Zoe and Aaron's relationship. Lots of growing up probably on both of their parts. I feel like there may even be some Luca drama because Luca's single now. And he clearly feels some type of way about Zoe being with Aaron.
The pot?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm here for it. Yeah, I'll entertain that. That's cool.
So we'll have single Jazz, single Doug, probably single Vivek, because if I was that girl, I would dump him.
Yeah.
We have single Nomi. Everyone's single except Aaron and Zoe.
Zarin.
They about to have a hot girl summer.
I love it.
It's going to be a good season. I can feel it.
I hope so. I mean, so far it has been, so I wouldn't knock it.
And it's not that far off. It's this summer, at least. Like, they're not like, see you next winter. You know?
So true.
So that's exciting. Yeah, so the plan for next season will be to